Everybody ready?
Yeah, ready.
Just 1 second. Let me... Okay, focus is good. Check.
Okay. All right. I guess I'll start.
Why don't we have someone introduce you?
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do something like, Dennis Grayson is a professor at SCC and the head of the American Folklore and Legends Department. He is the author of the book series, Why We Believe, and Don't Be Afraid. Professor?
Thank you. We're gathered here to dive deeper into the legend of the Hidden View Devil, aka the Hid. If you look through the syllabus, the Hidden View Devil legend originates back in the late 60s in the town of Hidden View, now located at the bottom of the Hidden View Reservoir. The Hid is supposed to be linked with Billy Shire from the Shire Ice farm. He apparently disfigured himself, either had wooden legs or a wooden suit. It was never confirmed. But let's just say something was very wrong with Billy and or the whole Shire family. There were instances of some missing children and Billy was blamed. The town murdered his mother and locked Billy in a pump house just as the reservoir was being created. When the floodwaters from the river rose, Billy and his mother were gone for good. So that's the basic story. Legend has it that Billy was guiltless of the missing children crimes and now haunts the lake and surrounding woods seeking revenge against his accusers. Over the years, people have gone missing while investigating the Hid legend. It's been suggested that they fell victim to the Hid and now themselves will haunt the area for eternity. So that's the abbreviated story. Now, what have I always taught?
Every legend is based on some sort of truth.
Correct. That is why we're going to attempt to find the truth behind the Hid legend and not just investigate another ghost story. Maybe it'll help us understand why people believe in ghosts and spirits and etc. Let's share with the audience who we are and why we have made the decision to join this assignment. Marla, why don't you start it off?
Okay, I am Marla Wyckoff. During a vacation in Salem, I started to do a lot of research about the witch trials, and I was so fascinated by that history of witchcraft, and I started to get to the darker side of literature, Edgar Allan Poe, Mary Shelley, H.P. Lovecraft, and then last year I worked on a paranormal docudrama, which was awesome. I uploaded it to YouTube, and that's kind of turning into this thing, Dead Air.
Wait, you're Dead Air?
Yeah, it's me. Dead Air with your host, Marla Wyckoff. So, yeah, I went from an English lit major to a YouTuber. But, I don't know, I never really believed in ghosts to begin with. I thought their stories were interesting, especially their origins, where they came from. But that changed. A cousin of mine, we went over his house, he said it was haunted by this woman, Miss Mix, who passed away and her cats ate her. Yeah, listen, I get it. Cats gotta eat. It's tragic, but, you know, I know. But we're discussing that there had been this haunting, and I convinced him to get out his Ouija board.
Oh, no, you asked for it.
Yeah, that's, in retrospect, probably shouldn't have done that. But nothing happened at first. It wasn't responsive, and my friend got really pissed off and started cursing at it. And then bam, all the windows opened, the house shook, and the board started to levitate off the ground. So yeah, I mean, we all heard it, we all felt it, we saw it. So that night was really when I went from not believing to believing. And that's when I started to do more research on spirits and the afterlife, and I started to really dive deeper into hauntings, and I believe very much that these spirits are in a lot of pain, and they're bound to this earth because of that. And if I can find some way to release them from that pain and help them to move on in the afterlife, they can finally rest. And that is why I believe that Billy Shire was very wronged and is now stuck here. And until we release his spirit from all of this pain, he is going to continue haunting and terrorizing this town. So here I am.
Ghost Whisperer.
I am, yes.
Okay, Jake. Let's hear why you're here. It's certainly not for the money.
No. Well, yeah, I mean, it's a gig. I'm a filmmaker. You know, I just need one more credit and I got all the credits I need to be out of here and on my way. But no, that's not really it. It was because I saw a post. I was walking through that creepy path in the woods from north to south, and my phone fell out of my pocket, and I went to pick it up, and the notifications tab was open, right, to this ad for this. So whatever, right? But, you know, that day, I was thinking a lot about my friend Dave. It was the 1-year anniversary of his death. So I don't know. I thought it might be some sort of sign or something.
So, do you believe in ghosts?
Do I believe in ghosts in the afterlife? Or is it no different, nothing more than just a dried up squirrel on the side of the road? Well, I got one for you. So, Dave and I used to talk really late into the night. It's because he couldn't sleep because of the meds he was on. So the night of his death, I got a call at like 4 a.m. I picked it up, and all I heard were the crickets outside my window. I heard the crickets through the phone. I was inside the house. I heard the crickets that were outside. And I said, "Dave?" No answer. And the next day they told me that he died right around the time I got that call. So, you know, if there's something to this HID thing, I'd love to get it on film.
Alright. Sam, you're up.
Hi, I'm Samantha Tuttle, and I've been a part of Professor Grayson's department for about 5 years now. I teach modern-day witchcraft and underground cults at the college, and I'm here as part of the research team. So my backstory started when I was a teenager. We used to hang out in the woods, oddly enough, around a small reservoir with a fence around it, posted with signs like "Keep Out," "Private Property." And it was part of an old rock quarry called Chimney Rock, which got its name from this rock that was protruding out of the top of the mountain. And it had been painted white years ago, and reportedly marked a spot where demonic cults would come and perform rituals. So my friends and I just thought it was some weird made-up story, and we would frequently go up there and hang out or party. So one night, a girlfriend and I are on our way up there, and when we get to the top, we see a hole in the fence. And despite the signs, we decide to go through it, as we see a fire in the distance, and we're thinking it's probably our friends having a party. So as we're on our way over there, we see these people, and they're standing around the fire, and they're dressed in this strange garb, and they're wearing these things on their heads, like horns or something. So we decide to hide behind the bushes, and we're listening to them, and they're chanting, "We have eyes on top of our heads. We have eyes on top of our heads." Yeah. So it was crazy. It was like we were watching a scene from that movie, Race with the Devil. So my friend stands up. She goes to step forward. She snaps a stick. These people stop. They turn and they look in our direction. I look at my friend. Her face turns white as a ghost, and she screams, "Run!" But here's the thing. I couldn't run. Because that day, I wound up spraining my ankle at field hockey practice. So I was wearing one of those plastic boot casts. So I couldn't run.
Holy shit.
So one of these boogeymen are now racing right toward me, and I do the only thing I can think of, and I dive into a thorn bush, tuck my head down, curl up like a ball, and I just stay there.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I mean, I was so scared. Hearing all these voices around me, footsteps all around me, but I couldn't move. I was cramping up, but I couldn't move. Until the next day, when the sun came up, then I hobbled home.
Did you ever find out who they were?
No. But I will tell you that I really don't think that these were some evil beings from some far off distance. I truly believe that these were people that I would see every day. But I do think that they were part of something very sinister. So I started doing research and interviewing anybody and everybody I could. And then finally I came up with my book called The Chimney Rock Cult.
That's what I'm talking about. The monsters out there are real people, not ghosts and demons.
So you don't believe, Professor?
No. Now, I'm not saying there isn't unexplained energy or a feeling of a spirit like in Jake's analysis, but it seems to me that these tales and legends, they point more to a person or persons creating a story and then transforming it into something that grows on its own. I lean more towards Jake's analysis. We're nothing more than just a dried up squirrel on the side of the road.
It's a bummer.
I mean, I'm not trying to squash anything, Marla. I'm just trying to understand. It's not just a tale or a legend. It's an unsolved crime. One, we have a murder or multiple murders. Two, we have a town buried beneath a lake. And three, we have missing teens dating back to the 60s with nothing to blame other than the ghost of Billy Shire. Come on, if anything else, it's we can shine a light on this. Maybe the secrets here, we can discover them. So, I've secured a cabin at the side of the old park, right by the lake. And I'm not gonna lie, it looks like pretty rough accommodations, so make sure you pack warm. And with that being said, let's wrap this up. And if anything comes up, or if any of you change your minds, I'll see you all next week.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm game.
Yeah, what could happen?
How much further?
Well, we lost our GPS, so it must be close.
What? Why?
It's a dead spot. We're in the valley between two ridges. Don't worry, we're on the right road. We're looking for a sign for Pickett's Bait and Grocery.
Bait and grocery? So they're interchangeable?
Then we have to meet up with a guy named Henry. He's gonna let us in.
So this park or whatever, it's not closed?
Pretty much. From what I understand, there are a few cabins that you can rent. The lake suffered a drought and algae bloom,
Oh,
so...
there's a sign, I think.
Yes, that's it.
Hey, I don't have any cell phone service.
Like I said, the valley.
The old no cell service? What is this, a low budget horror movie or what?